It is an origin story that is pretty unusual.
I'm willing to bet my career on one guy. My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike.
Air is all about how Nike introduced the world to the famous basketball shoe line Air Jordans. And it's about the man who had the idea for them in the first place, someone who recognized talent in superstar Michael Jordan before he was a star. Now, you won't see much of MJ in this flick, but you will see Ben Affleck and Matt Damon share the screen again. CBC senior entertainment reporter Eli Glasner joins us now for his review. All right, we had a little peek there, Eli, but set the scene for us.
So this reminds me a lot of another great film called Moneyball. That was about two guys who saw the sport of baseball a different way and was waiting for the world to come around to their vision. Now, this is about two different gentlemen. We're talking about Phil and Sonny. It's the mid-'80s. The sport is basketball. The company is Nike. The CEO is Phil Knight, as played by director. There he is, Ben Affleck, complete with the curly hair, tall, handsome, wears running tights, pulls his purple Porsche to work every day at the office. Now, Sonny Vaccaro, by Matt Damon there, not so tall, not so thin. He wears leather loafers with tassels, even though he works at Nike. That tells you everything. He is not about fashion. He lives and breathes basketball. He is a talent scout. He is their basketball guru, and he has been brought there because it's 1984, and at this time, Nike was seen as basically a company that made jogging shoes for rich people. They want to make a dent in the hoops market. Converse is first place with 56%. Run DMC and My Adidas are helping Adidas get into second place, and Nike is only 17% of the basketball shoe market. Take a look.
Sonny, I brought you in here to grow the basketball business.
People don't know what the hell a Nike is.
What's a Converse?
NBA All-Star shoe.
There's nothing cool about Nike.
You would have to have a pretty compelling pitch.
I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with. Our basketball division is terrible.
I do not love it.
Great shot of Jason Bateman there. He plays the marketing guy. But Sonny has a plan. His job is to go out and hand out money, endorsement deals with different basketball players. Normally, they spread it around, pick like the best three players. But he sees this young, hot player, 18 years old, from North Carolina.
Yep.
And he's like, this is the guy. This will change things. We will make inroads. But he needs to convince the boss. He needs to convince Phil. Phil needs to convince the board. And that's not going to be so easy because Sonny's track record, well, take a look.
You asked me what I do here. This is what I do. I find you players, and I feel it this time. Yeah, okay, it's risky. When you were selling sneakers out of the back of your Plymouth, that was risky. Don't change that now.
For a rookie,
Yes.
who's never set foot on an NBA court.
That's the literal definition of rookie, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So there you go. So if he can get the board, he can get the boss. Now he has to get to Michael. So he talks to Howard White, played by Chris Tucker. Remember Rush Hour? Haven't seen him on screen in 7 years. He plays Howard White. He was the field rep. And he says, okay, black families, you go through the mother. This brings in Dolores,
Yes.
as played by Viola Davis. And interesting, when Ben Affleck went to Michael Jordan, he said, I have to have my mom, has to be played by Viola Davis, and we need to talk about Howard. But let's take a look at what happens when Sonny sits down with mom.
Ask me why I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Why are you in Wilmington, North Carolina?
Because I believe in your son. I believe he's different. And I believe you might be the only person on earth who knows it. That's why I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina.
All right, Mr. Vaccaro, thank you for coming.
You feel the pace, like she's not rushing anything. She knows exactly what young Michael is worth. The interesting thing is, so does he, but she has other people sitting at that table trying to get that endorsement, so it's not easy. But you also see the power of Viola Davis, like that presence. She speaks softly, but her words carry so much weight.
Just like Dolores Jordan. That's a perfect casting there. So it's nice to see Matt back on the screen with his buddy Ben. A lot of buzz around this film, Eli. So does it live up to the hype, though?
So let's talk about Ben Affleck, the director. He spares no expense putting us in the era, kind of like a heavy-handed version of Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights. He hammers the opening with quick-cut collages to set the mood. If this movie had a genre, it would be dadcore. Every movie starts with a song. It opens with a montage of 80s ephemera, Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, or even this scene when the marketing executive, played by Jason there, he's wondering where Sonny is, and, well, he's out of the office. Take a look.
Where the hell are you?
North Carolina.
God damn it, Sonny, what happened to a phone call?
I'm calling you now. I'm in the car.
Now, if you're a music aficionado, you might be wondering, what is a Scottish rock band, big country, doing as the soundtrack for He's in North Carolina going to the Jordans? But Affleck is not about subtlety. Affleck is about maximum impact. So he's just trying to kind of put you in that mood. And this is a celebration of kind of American can-do capitalism. His style is more about just kind of putting you in that pocket, the mid-'80s, what to see and feel as that camera cranes over the Nike headquarters. We root for Sonny because we know what he sees, that Jordan is a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation player. Now, this movie is about commodifying the greatness of Jordan. It helped Nike make inroads into new audiences. I feel a little conflicted rooting for Nike. Like, it's weird that, like, yay capitalism, yay Nike. I get it that, you know, Jordan and Nike, everyone did great from this deal. But I will say, you know, unarguably, when Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are on screen and chopping it up, the dynamic there, the CEO who's reluctant, the talent scout who sees something, and we know he's right, but the world doesn't yet. That is so good. It is so pure. The dialogue is just flying, and I think these are two friends who trust each other. They can push each other as actors. Watching them together, that reunion, that is the reason to see Air. 3.5 stars out of 5.
All right, good stuff. I came of age in that era. I'm looking forward to this one. Thank you, Eli.
You're welcome.